It's my soul desire. I had to ask myself, what was I willing to sacrifice to get what God has for me? Like, and it's not even, I have to be honest, like a little bit of how I was going about moving forward was in prayer for results. And sometimes we can do that and not be aware. Prayer for results. And I'm not now mindful, like I haven't fully sacrificed and been honest about sacrifices. You know what I mean? To be able to be delivered, to be able to be of service, to be able to be used. I feel like you have to sacrifice some things in order for you to get to your next. And you have to identify some things. And I've identified some things in me that are unclean, that I need to be delivered from. And one thing I wanted to be mindful of and shed some light on for me, I am willing to sacrifice today my emotions. Yeah, I'm sacrificing emotions because strongholds come through your emotions. So depending on how you feeling, you will act accordingly. And if I want to walk in Christ and be like Christ, I have to remove my emotional feelings and become alignment with my spiritual being. And I have to, like now, as I was working out, you know, a lot of time when we're flip-flopping, be mindful of why you're flip-flopping, what's going on. Because when you flip-flopping, you gotta be, and sometimes the word sacrifice comes in and be like, sacrifice, you know. But you have to sacrifice. It is what it is. You gotta call it like it is. And then like people say faith. You can't say faith without sacrifice. Like, and you have to be curt about it. You got to be straightforward about it. So in my act of being straightforward about what it is, like I said, is think, speak, and do. My acting and doing is being honest with myself and being from my physical, moving from my physical into my spirit. Like I was asking my son yesterday, Emery is such a giver naturally. I am not. I am guarded in giving. I have to look at the situation, analyze it, make sure. Emery was like, and I said, Emery, because I desire to be more like that, and that's being like more like God, right, or more like Christ. And I was like, Emery, why do you just help people? Why do you go out your way to open the door, go run up? And they if you drop something and you on aisle 10 and he's on aisle 2 and he heard it, he running to chase to help you. You understand? So I'm like, Emery, how is it that you're like that? Like, what is it? What draws you to be like that? He said, because it's right. And I know it's right, but I still analyze it as if it's something wrong. So now, because I know that I have to think like a child, because that's what I read and that's what I understand, and I just see it in my son and other kids, that being like a child, they don't have the guard there. Like they haven't developed a guard, and they have to learn that. And as parents, we have to try to keep them from going away from that, like moving away from that, because Emery doesn't have a guard. His mom does. He could easily start to develop what I have. And I have to be like, Emery, how you are is good. Like mommy need to become like, I encourage his natural behavior, as well as if his natural behavior was something against what it's supposed to be, as far as, you know, from God, I would move that. I would challenge that. Like, let me ask you why. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, so I need to start acting more out of how a child is. I can't stand this thing. It's social. I have to act more like a child in the way that I go about dealing with people, as far as like what God has shown me, my vision. I have to be like a child. As far as like how I interact, like it's so many things that you have to develop a child mindset, because we are all children of God. And that's the one thing he keeps saying, you're a child of the Most High. You know what I mean? And I think we become adults and we've been forgetting, like, okay, we supposed to be childlike in order to become like Christ. It's so like, and I just wanted to come on and be real transparent, especially like because I got away from doing the motivational messages of the week. Why are you outside?
Because I saw you come here.
Sorry, he scared me. So I gotta Dang, he made me lose my train of thought. Oh, I got away from doing my motivational messages of the week, which was an assignment. It started out as it was on me for a while before I did it, but I had some imperfections. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. So God, he really did deliver above and beyond. Like, I mean, my teeth was my thing. Like, I was like, but he got me out of braces. He got me in a Invisalign, and it wasn't even nowhere near the cost. You understand? So now he's like, okay, so now what? So then I started to do exactly what I told him I would do. And as you already know, I got away from it and I got in my feelings, and I was like, okay, but then I still kind of like teetered on it. You know what I mean? And then I got the business that he gave me the business. And then business is slow. And one thing I'm understanding now is that even though you are asking for things, even though you ask for things, it's going to come at a cost to your belief, to your faith, to your obedience, to your deliverance. It's going to come. And you're going today I'm making another t-shirt, and it's going to say, I think I was saying higher gets harder. I think that's what I was going to say, because people think once you make it where you think you're supposed to be, that it's going to get easier. Higher does not get easier. You just, as long as you keep God first, you get spiritually stronger, but it does not get easier. I'm going to tell you, because then, as you become closer to God and you get, into your deliverance, you start to get challenges, but then you start to go back and say, you know what, God, I'm just so not going to be a part of that. I'm going to let you take care of that. That's how you become. And then, your will be done, Lord. Yeah. And then you say, your will be done, Lord. So then you have to really start walking according to that if you want deliverance for real, for whatever it is that he has for you. And for me, I'm just like, you have to be constantly mindfully aware of what you're thinking, because those thoughts start to turn into your words. And those words start to turn into your actions. And yes, I have to use a filter because I just left the gym. This is a whole nother day. This is Tuesday. And the last time I did a video was Sunday. But anyway, you just have to be real careful. That's why this week is all about think, speak, and do. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you, this Sunday I was good. Monday I was like in the bed. I wanted to lay down. I wanted to rest. And then Tuesday, I'm like, okay, I'm back. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to become decided. Because it's constant. It's not one time and done.